We're talking about the 25 most common mistakes made by the DIY landlord. I'm Jo Natoli from the Rental Specialists, and today we're talking about number 9, not signing a lease agreement with a tenant. When a landlord lets a tenant rent out a property, and once a tenant starts paying rent for that property after they've taken possession, there is an implied lease agreement in place. And it is true that when an implied lease agreement is in place, the Residential Tenancies Act does come into force. However, that doesn't really give anybody any certainty or any written frameworks about what they can do, what they can't do, and what their rights are. It's a really good idea to have your lease agreement with the tenants in writing. There are 41 standard lease terms that are applied in no matter which lease you use. There are 41 standard terms and conditions that the landlord needs to observe and the tenant needs to observe. And then there are additional conditions that the landlord and tenant can negotiate between themselves to include in the lease agreement. So what does a written lease agreement do? Well, it clearly sets out the rights and responsibilities of each party to the agreement. A lease agreement is a legally binding document, and each party is held to account to that agreement. So it's very, very important that it is in writing so that every party to the agreement knows exactly what they need to do, what they can do, and what they can't do. Landlords, if you don't have a written lease agreement, please go and have one drawn up for you and your tenants. You can start a new lease agreement. It protects you as the landlord, and it also protects the tenant as well. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes that a landlord can make in the residential tenancies arena when they're doing it themselves. I've seen plenty of messes over my time because of a lack of lease agreement and because of the he said, she said arguments that ensue. So a lease agreement will cut all of that stuff out. So please, landlords, do yourself a favour and get your tenants onto a lease agreement. Now, if you need help drafting a lease agreement, please reach out to us. We would be more than happy to assist you.